Now today we're going to be looking at using the mob farm spawner tools. So I found here a skeleton spawner. I've placed a torch here just to light up the inside so we can see what's going on. And I'm in peaceful mode because it's easier to demonstrate. Inside the chest we've got a few odds and ends here, and it's a 5x5 spawner, and we're on ground level. So I've already placed the turtle down, and then we're going to number 6, which is the spawner farm tools. We want the cube rounder spawner, which is not a blaze spawner. Now the help screen here shows various positions of the turtle, 1, 2, 3, 4 and then 5 in pink. 5 represents if you place the turtle directly on or against the spawner. The other positions represent the outside view of the turtle, of the dungeon. So the capital T's here are outside the dungeon in plan view, as we are here. There's the dungeon, we're outside, so we could be here, we could be up at ceiling level here, or we could be round any of the 4 sides, and that will do the job. So we are roughly here, which would be on this diagram, I suppose, position 3. Okay, so we're going to press enter to continue. Now the placement options for the turtle are on top or in front of the spawner, which is what we were looking at a moment ago. The cave spider one is ideal for this, or if there are no chests around, just slap the turtle on top of the spawner or just in front of it, and that will do the job. Or you can place it outside the dungeon at the floor or ceiling level, 1 block from the corner, which is exactly what we've done here. So it's important to have that option, because if you're a bit of a coward like I am, I would have blocked this up, knowing I would have seen how many chests are in there, blocked it up so I didn't get invaded by skeletons, and then got on with setting up the turtle, knowing that it's going to break in there and sort them out. So enter to continue. Now it's asking, are there any chests around the spawner? If the answer is yes, then it will do this in 2 stages. So I'm going to press yes. Now we've got to select the turtle position, which, if you remember, was that bright green number 2 outside the wall, left side on the floor. And the external width of this dungeon is 7 because it's 5 internal. Height, length is 7 as well. Now it needs a slab to put on top of the spawner, but I happen to have some slabs, but just in case I didn't, what I can do is just a stick, which says 3, but if I put a whole stack in here, watch what happens. There we go. So what it did was it took the 16 stone and crafted slabs from them and dumped the stone on top. So we can now collect those. So that's now ready to continue with harvesting the chest and exploring outside. So I'm going to press enter. Right, so I'll press enter to get us going here. So the turtle will now go through into the dungeon, onto the floor, and then go round the outside area. If it comes across a chest, it will empty out the contents and then continue to go around the walls here. And once it's got back to this point here, it will come out and then place the chest a few blocks away, and then wait for us to place more material inside. So the message now there should be saying that it's just sorting out its contents there. We've just caught it in time, so it's actually placed items in the chest, and you'll see that the items that were already in the mine are there. Now we can start to place in the blocks that it's asking for. So let's remove, we'll leave the slab in there, but we should be able to place in, what does it want, roughly 700, so it's looking for 512, so we should now be able to put those in place. There we go. So it's gone back in, and if we're lucky, yes, we just missed it dropping the slab on top of the spawner here, and it's gone up into the ceiling. Let's just put some light down so we can see what we're doing. So it's now gone up into the ceiling and is heading around the outside of the dungeon to make it 9 by 9. We can probably, right, let's go through. Yep, there we go. So it's now going around the top of the spawner, making sure that the ceiling is solid, and creating a 9 by 9 area. Okay, so we can see the turtle has come back in. Let me just light this up a little bit. So its first job, which we were unable to see, was it going round the outside of the dungeon. Now it's checking out the ceiling and just patching up any missing blocks to make sure there's no leaks, as it were, and at the same time it's breaking the blocks below. Down 3, and then the usual process. So let's light this up as it goes. So it's just going around the outside, making sure that anything in the outside walls here is destroyed. And then it'll do the same on this side. So at this point it's not checking to build or make sure that these outer walls are solid. It's just getting rid of whatever's in the inside here. So it's just doing the final inner ring, so it will take that torch out. So anything in the way here, particularly common in blaze spawners where you have fences and other fence bricks very close to the spawner. So this would, the same routines are used in the blaze spawner at this stage. So now it's going to do the outer walls. So our original entrance here is shortly going to be sealed off. So there's the original place we were standing, and that's just behind this stone here is the chest that the turtle dumped out. It's just sealing itself in and then going down another 3 layers to deal with the floor and the 2 layers below. So it's done the first 6 layers, or no, 9 layers. So this is actually the correct size for the cube. It's 9 by 9 by 9 at this point. So it's now doing the walls, but it will actually take out the next 2 layers of floor, and that's to make sure that the correct water collection system can be put in, so that any mobs falling out of here are usually channeled. Well, that's the exit there. There will be a water system put here, not on this run. It's a separate thing. We have to it's another menu item to do, to install the water system, but that will make the water run out to the bottom of the dungeon, carrying the mobs with it. So this next stage will be just to make sure that the floor is fully prepared. Got no holes in it, no sand, no gravel. It's got all the correct solid stone to make sure it does the job. So it's just about finished doing the basement. 12 blocks high. And again, it's going to dress the walls to make sure they're all properly formed. So it'll use cobble while it can, and when that runs out, it'll use cobble deep slate. So this is a much faster progression. It just drops them down in a alternate row pattern. Okay, first base layer almost complete. Second layer going down. I might just have enough cobble. Be a shame to see its looks spoiled by having cobble deep slate, but we'll see how it goes. Right, so on its final row, this is the second base layer, so this will be the end of it, and it will break through at the base just below those torches, and go up and wait for the player who is expecting to be in that area. So it's just not a passageway up. So what we'll do is we'll break through higher up, because normally you would be waiting outside while it did its job internally. So we'll break through here. There we go. So here's the spare chest that I was using. So I originally came in through this way here, and the turtle is now down at the bottom here with the chest that it originally left behind with all the contents in safely up here. So you can, of course, get to it quite easily. So that's the initial stage of the mob spawner finished. It's created this, get back in, created this huge chamber with the slab on top to prevent mobs from spawning on top of it. So this should make a very efficient chamber. The single space down here prevents any mobs escaping at this stage while we're doing the next stages, which will be on a separate video.